Welcome to On the Mat with Jenstar, where you can move, breathe, play, or find stillness all in 20 minutes or less. My philosophy as a teacher, if you can find your alignment on the mat, you will absolutely feel more aligned off the mat in your everyday life. Let's begin.
Hello and welcome everybody to On the Mat with Jenstar. In today's practice, we are going to do a follow and flow practice, which is meant for people who have a little more experience with Vinyasa flow and they just want to follow the instructions, mostly with their ears, and flow and move through the movement. So I'm not going to do any breakdowns of postures in this one. It's more for us to just get on our mats and get our bodies moving. What do you say? You ready to do it? All right, so start in an all fours position. When you get to all fours, take a moment to just let yourself give into gravity. Feel your hands on the ground, feel the knees under you, and then invite in any type of movement. For me, I love circles. So you might circle the hips around the knees or the chest around the wrists. If you want to go right into cat-cow with the lift of the heart, breathe in. And as you exhale, breathe out, curl nose to navel. So find a little movement here. Sideways cat-cow, sinking a hair deeper, hooking through the tail on the cats can be a nice stretch for the middle to lower back. Find some movement. And then shift your weight into down dog. Fingertips activate, root to the index knuckle, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Allow your inner biceps to align with your outer ears. And you might even wiggle the heels back just a nudge so that you feel both length in your spine and your legs. Bend your knees here, inhale, look forward. An inchworm to the top of the mat. Bend your knees and fold. Let your head go. Option to keep your hands on the floor. Option to grab opposite elbows here. Sway if it feels good. You'll feel the blood flow moving down, pooling into the expression on your face. Receive it lovingly. Keep the ujjayi breath in and out through the nose here. Good. Let your hands now settle to the floor. Right foot stays, left foot steps back, low lunge. Move forward and back. From hip flexor psoas on the left side to hamstring stretch on the right. Start to open up a bit. Good. Kick the right leg off, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift your weight forward to plank. Exhale, drop knees, chest, chin on the first one to scoop the heart on through. Cobra. Might wiggle and move the shoulders. Maybe turn the gaze to the right, look off the right shoulder, then turn the gaze to the left. Lead with your right side body to look off the left shoulder. Back to down dog. From down dog, intrim your feet to your hands. Let's add in a half lift. Inhale. Let your exhale fold you down. Keep your left foot, right foot steps back. Melt the right knee to the ground. Start to move forward and back. From lizard into half split. Breathe in as you move forward. Breathe out as you move back. Good. One more. When you're ready, kick the left leg off to the side. Find your way back to dog pose. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Let your inhale guide you to a plank. Exhale, lower halfway down or to the floor, chaturanga. Scoop the heart on through cobra, low, medium, or high. Downward facing dog to exhale. Big breath out. Bend your knees, inhale, look forward. The exhale will sweep you on up to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Lengthen, reach, look up, palms touch the sky. Turn them away, fold. As you exhale, deflate on down. Active legs, inhale, half lift. Exhale, step from plank to chaturanga, using the breath to lower you to the mat. Inhale, heart will glide through. Downward facing dog. Exhale and settle. One more time. Right foot steps forward. Melt your left knee. This round, I'll have you come up to a kneeling position. Take your hands, bring your fingertips with exception to the thumbs on the outside of your thigh. So thumbs inside, fingers outside. Shift forward into a lunge. You might test the waters a bit. Melting forward and back. Relax through the jawline, the eyes. Good. Plant your hands. Vinyasa flow or return to down dog. I'll give space for you to do either. Plank to chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back to dog pose. Look forward, left foot steps. Right knee drops. Come on up. Turn fingertips to the outside of the thigh with the thumbs being inside. Shift your weight forward. Find your breath here. Might test the waters to melt forward and back, but both legs are somewhat active. I squeeze the front heel to the back thigh bone the whole time. Good. Vinyasa flow or downward facing dog. Release the pose. I'll meet you in down dog. Bend both knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, heart lifts up halfway. Exhale, curl the nose to shins. Inhale, ground through the feet, rise, reach up, lift up. Gaze looks to the stars, hands to heart center, exhale out. Right foot stays, left foot steps back. Let's come in to warrior two on the right side. So in this, take your gaze forward, over the front fingertips. Reverse your warrior. Next inhale, lean back, pause here for breath. Gaze can look back down off the back left toes or ankle. Come back to warrior two, inhale. Bring your hands to interlace behind, straighten your front right leg, turn the gate of the toes in, ground into the pinky toe sides of the feet, inhale, curl up, lift through your chest and let the gaze float and follow. Wide-legged forward fold to exhale, on, down, let your head go. Breathe in and breathe out here. Try to keep the palms closing toward one another so the hands don't get sloppy in this. Soft micro bend in the elbows. Option to even let the hands melt to the floor. Be where you need to be. Good. Everyone let hands melt to the floor. Halfway lift, breath glides up. Hands to your hips. Exhale, push through the feet and stand up tall. Turn your heels in and toes out. Lovingly bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, lower down. Plie squat, often called goddess. You could pick one heel up as you hold this posture. Drop the heels, switch, pick the other heel up. Drop, maybe pick both heels up. Option to stay. Sweep the hands on up. How's your breath? Muscles might shake a little bit. I'm with you. Hold 3, 2. Drop your heels. Stand up tall. Pivot to the top of your mat. Step both feet in. Tadasana, ground. Hands either to heart or your sides. Find a moment of stillness within. Deep breath in through the nose. Nose or mouth, exhale. One more, deep breath in. Nose or mouth, exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold and touch the ground. Melt your hips down to your heels, come into a squat. Hop to back up. This is your playful moment to bring an arm balance in. Both elbows inside of the thigh bones. Fingers activated. Lift up through the hips. Hug the inner arms toward one another as you crawl on the back of the triceps. Navel scoops to spine so you can push down, activate through fingers, round through the spine. You might flex to your feet here. Some of you will draw your heels up towards your glutes, trying to squeeze the big toes together. Take a moment to play. Even if your hands are pressing down and feet aren't flying up off the ground, it's your mindset about it. That's what is most important. What is possible in this? Can you breathe into your body as it finds a challenge without giving up? One more deep breath in. Those of you who are floating, bring your feet back down. Ground the legs, lift up nice and tall. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to hips, and then stand all the way on up. Left leg forward, right leg back. Virabhadrasana 2. We're switching sides, my friends. Take your gaze forward, settle into the pose. Flip your front left palm, reverse back. Inhale, pause here for a couple of breaths. Come back to Warrior 2. Refocus, Virabhadrasana 2. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten the leg, turn and close the gate. All right, one last time. Feet nice and parallel, even somewhat pigeon-toed. Roll the shoulder heads back. Lift and curl the heart up. Fold from the heart down to the floor. Hands will splash down. A moment to breathe here. You could walk to the back edge of your mat. Some of you might find that headstand practice works. So the brigma, the part of your head designed to make contact with the floor, will connect. The hands create a solid base for tripod headstand. You could pick the toes up, flexing through the feet. You could keep your feet on the ground and pick your heels up. You could do none of those options and just simply breathe. If you made your way up into a headstand, continue to breathe. Legs will pike slowly back down, opening to the sides. Find your feet to the floor. Halfway lift. Put a little micro bend in the knees, hands to hips. Next, inhale, stand on up. This round, turn and step on up to the top of your mat. Shake it on out, and then find your Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold and find the floor. Last setup for crow. So feet together, knees wide, hands placed on the inseams of the legs. Zip up, lifting your butt bones toward the sky. Hug your inner arms toward one another. Crawl on up to the back of the arms. Use the grippers of your fingers. As you tip the weight forward, scoop up through the navel, round a little through the upper back. Hug the heels in, drawing them to your glutes. You can even practice flexing your feet. Now, my friends who have crow and have been doing crow for a long time, you could practice a drop back through chaturanga. So your gaze would look forward, your feet would shoot back, arms are in the 90-degree position. Test it out if it works for you. And then everybody will make their way into down dog. Take one big breath in here. Child's pose. Knees widen. Big toes kiss. Fold your heart on down. In child's pose, let your third eye point find the mat. Engage with some deep breaths. There's nothing to see or do in this moment. Just appreciate the fact that you took a little time for yourself to get on the mat, to move your body, to connect into your breath, and practice being in the moment. Take one more breath here in child's pose. And then Again, take your time to lay on your back. If you need any type of cushion or props, feel free to bring them into the mix. We're in a twist. So plant your feet, bring your hips over to the right side, legs pick up, and then twist to the left. Block could go between the thighs if needed. Let your legs have the ability to settle here. Gaze looks off to the right fingertips. Heart is still pumping from doing the crow pose or any of the previous postures. Seal the lips off, slow the breath down. Long breath in through the nose. Even longer, smoother breath back out through the nose. On your inhale, come back through the center. Take the block away if you're using it. Plant your feet down, pick your hips up, draw them over to the left edge of the mat, drop them down. Knees pull in, legs then move over to the right. Props can come back in. You can always look to the screen and see me if you need some assistance. Gaze now looks to the left. Find your breath as you lay here. One more. And then slowly come back to the center on your inhale. Plant your feet down. Adjust your hips to stretch your legs out long. If anything needs to move, again, that slight little blanket roll behind the head or the neck might be helpful. Even picking your head to draw the nook of the neck, or the chin into the nook of the neck. And then allow yourself to have just a couple minutes to settle in the body. Let any sounds, sensations, thoughts, let them happen, acknowledge, but then let them go. Don't give your energy out for a moment. From this point on, choose you. Nothing else matters for the next couple of minutes. Start to deepen your breath, but stay heavy in your body. Then slowly add some movement. It can be the head turning side to side. It might be the fingers twinkling or the toes moving. Movement can be less or more. You don't have to do a whole lot of it. Listen to what feels good today. You know, trust your intuition. On your next breath in, extend the hands overhead. Interlace and flip the palms up. Activate through the bottoms of your feet. Then curl over to your right side. Arms or blanket can be your pillow. Let yourself rest here for a moment. Without judging or analyzing, just notice how you feel taking a short break in your day to do a little bit of movement and yoga. And when you're ready, push through the hands to rise on up, come into a seated position, Sukhasana. Find your best seat, whether with props, blankets. Roll the shoulder heads back, let your chin bow down, and then lovingly bring your hands to heart center. We finish with one breath, deep inhale. Full exhale. Namaste. We'll see you next time.